the ultimate chess improvement tier list. This video is ranking all the popular training methods from best to absolute garbage. It's going to show you exactly what to focus on and what to ignore, so you can stop wasting time on the wrong things and hit 2,000 ELO fast. And this is based on all the secrets I've learned from reaching 2,500 rapid online, becoming a FIDE candidate master, and coaching hundreds of players of all levels inside my program. So let's get into it. By the way, how this works is S tier is the best stuff that's going to get you the fastest results, and down to F tier, which are the worst methods that you should avoid at all costs. Okay, first up we have cheating using stockfish. Yeah, don't do that. F tier. Next is something I don't see players taking advantage of enough, and that's Grandmaster podcasts. This is a great way to get inside the minds of top players, learn how they think and how they approach chess, which is super valuable if you apply that into your own training. I recommend the Lex Fridman podcast, which has a couple of interviews with Hikaru and Magnus, and that's going to help you a lot with your mindset and general approach to chess. A tier. Okay, studying opening theory. This is what most beginners try first, because there's so much content on openings online, but it's actually extremely overrated. The truth is, it's very unlikely that openings are the thing holding you back. I've done thousands of coaching calls with chess players, and it's extremely rare that I meet someone whose biggest weakness is openings. Most of the time, it's blunders, tactics, or strategy. And if you try to memorize openings, the moment your opponent plays something different, you're fucked. What actually improves your chess and gets you to master level is understanding, not memorization. When you understand opening principles and middle game strategy, you can apply them to any position instead of relying on your opponent to play the exact 13 move sequence that you've memorized. That's just hope chess. So this goes in D tier. The only exception to this is if you're already an advanced player rated 1800 plus. That's when studying openings becomes more important. Next up is opening traps, which is even worse. A couple years ago, the most viral chess videos would be those opening trap tutorials, showing you how to win every game in 7 moves, until you realize that your opponents never play what they're supposed to. And most of the time, these traps backfire if your opponent knows what they're doing. F tier. Playing games. S tier. Pretty straightforward. You can't get better at chess without playing. Some players spend way too much time studying and not enough time playing, so if that's you, play more games. Every master has played thousands of games, but there is a caveat to that. Most people just play games mindlessly, repeating the same mistakes over and over again, and that's why they don't make progress. You need to have an intention with every game you play, with a clear focus on what area of the game or what principles you're trying to work on. And this goes hand in hand with our next method, game analysis. Now, with the way most people do it, which is just like skimming through the game and brushing over their mistakes because they're too painful to relive, I would put this in B tier. But if you actually do it right by analyzing your mistakes in depth and trying to figure out what actionable steps you can take into your next game, it's essential for improvement. It's the only way to learn from your mistakes. It also gives you a nice mental reset between games, which is super useful if you're frustrated after a loss because it helps prevent tilt. S tier. Now, the way to put game analysis on steroids is to do it with a coach. When I was playing competitively, I would analyze literally every tournament game with my coach, and that's the biggest thing that helped me improve. This is the fastest way to improve your chess because they can identify your weaknesses and help you fix them in a matter of minutes, as opposed to wasting months or years trying to figure it out on your own. There's a reason why every top player in the world has had a coach. If you can afford it, it's S tier. If you can't get a coach, the second best thing is having a training partner to practice with and give each other feedback. This is a super underrated one. I talk to a lot of players that are studying chess, reading books, watching videos to learn stuff, but they feel like they can't apply them in actual games. And that's because some concepts that you're learning are not going to show up in every single game. They may only show up in certain openings or certain positions. With a practice partner, you can just set up those scenarios. And that way, your training becomes much more targeted. And you can practice the exact thing you need to work on. A tier. Now, it can be quite hard to find a good training partner because they have to be around your level with similar goals and so on, which is why next on the list is joining clubs and online communities. You don't necessarily need to do this. It's not going to directly improve your chess, but there are a ton of benefits. You'll meet other players, potentially some advanced players you can learn from. It's also just more fun and more motivating to have others around you on the same path. When you see other players players improving and hitting new milestones, the winner effect kicks in, and you'll be more likely to improve too. Solid B tier. Number 10 is YouTube videos, which is probably the most popular study method. You can learn a lot from YouTube, but the problem is it's random and unstructured learning. I see so many players that binge watch all the chess content they can find, but still, they stay stuck. And that's because to improve, it's not as simple as just learning more things. You need to be learning the right things in the right order. You wouldn't teach advanced calculus to a toddler. You would have to start with like basic addition or something. It's the same in chess. You have to start with mastering the fundamentals and then work your way up from there. So overall, YouTube is a decent method to learn stuff. It's just hard to not get overwhelmed and find the right information that you need according to your rating level and your specific weak points. B tier. Next is courses, which is similar to YouTube videos. They can be helpful. It really depends which course you get, but most courses are unstructured and just a collection of random advice. Also, 90% of the courses I see are on openings because that's what sells the most. Everyone wants the fancy new opening that wins every game. But of course, that doesn't translate into actual results. So most courses are very one-dimensional and only focus on this one narrow aspect of chess and ignore everything else, which is fine if there's a specific thing you want to learn. But just know that an opening course is not going to solve all your chess problems. The other issue with courses is unavoidable, and it's that they'll always be giving somewhat generic advice that may or may not apply to you. Chess improvement is different for everyone. What's missing from courses is that element of personalized guidance that you would get from a coach. So this goes in B tier as well. All right, this next one is the thing that combines all the good stuff we've talked about so far. Chess Master Accelerate, my step-by-step 0 to 2000 ELO program, goes in S tier. It basically gives you everything you need to improve fast. A structured system to improve your skill set, weekly coaching calls for personalized feedback, and a community where it's easy to find training partners. And you get lots more cool bonuses, all in one place. So if that sounds at all interesting, click the link in the description or go to school.com/chess to check it out. Next, we have Blitz and Bullet Chess. Most people say you should never play these fast time controls, but it really depends on your rating. For players below 1500, it's true. You're not going to get better if you just play Blitz, and it's going to build up some bad habits like moving too fast. You need to play longer games where you can actually think. But once you get a bit stronger and you've got better instincts, then you can actually play Blitz without blundering every move, which is nice. I myself am a recovering bullet chess addict, so I know the dangers very well. But at the same time, it's fun to play, and it can actually improve your intuition and quick thinking skills. If you're a player who overthinks a lot, always trying to find the perfect move every time, Blitz can help force you out of that. So it's going in C tier. It can be helpful depending on your level, but be careful with it. The next improvement method is puzzles. Now, these are great for improving your tactics. Doing a ton of quick, easy puzzles builds pattern recognition, and doing harder puzzles trains your calculation skills. So it's good to do a mix of both, but just be aware that finding tactics in real games is way harder than puzzles because you don't know when there's going to be a tactic. It could be anywhere, so you have to be constantly on the lookout for them. Overall, definitely worth doing. A tier. Next, we have another underrated one. Keeping a chess journal and using it to write notes on your games and things you've learned recently. This is actually super beneficial if you're serious about improving. It'll help you understand things and remember things better when you write it down. And also, it will help you be more intentional with your practice sessions. A tier. All right, meditation. Straight to S tier. Most players only focus on improving their skills on the chessboard, but forget to improve their mental skills too. See, most blunders are nothing to do with knowledge and everything to do with your psychology and level of focus. Chess requires your full focus to perform at your best. And if you're like most people, you probably spend way too much time doom scrolling Instagram or watching short-form content. And this wreaks havoc on your attention span and ability to focus. Because every time you scroll, you're training your brain to switch between things every 5 seconds. Meditation is the opposite of this. It's the antidote to fix our fucked up attention spans. And if you do it for just 5 minutes a day, it's going to massively improve your focus. And therefore, that'll boost all your other chess skills too. You'll blunder less, see tactics faster, and you'll also be less likely to tilt because you're more calm and in control of your emotions. There are so many massive benefits of meditation, I don't even have time to list them all out. Easy S tier. Every chess improver should seriously consider making this a habit. Next is the chess.com Diamond membership. Some people prefer Lichess, but I've had Diamond for 10 years now, so I think it's definitely worth it. You get unlimited puzzles, unlimited game reviews, and there are a lot of useful practice tools on there too. That being said, you don't absolutely need it to improve, and there are free versions of it available, so it's going in B tier. Reading books. Now, this is very time-consuming, especially if you read the wrong ones. So it depends on which books you get. Some people learn best through books, so if that's you, that's great, but I personally prefer to learn through videos or with someone explaining stuff to me. So for me, this goes in C tier. That being said, there is one book I will recommend, The Art of Learning by international master Josh Waitzkin. Great book. But just like with studying in general, the important thing to realize is that reading more stuff will not help you unless you apply it into your games with intention. Like everything on this tier list, how effective it is depends on how you use them. Next on the list is watching masters play or studying master games. The thing is, a lot of the time the commentary on GM games is going to be too high level for most players. Like if you're watching a World Championship match, they're going to be talking about Super Grandmaster level thinking that you can't really comprehend just yet and is irrelevant to your level anyway. C tier. And this final one is a little hack for you that you might not expect, teaching chess to a lower rated player. Now, I've been doing coaching for over 3 years now, and in that time, I didn't really take my own chess improvement seriously at all. I just played online games for fun and shifted my focus to the coaching. So what I expected was that my rating would probably stay the same or go down. But that didn't happen. Instead, my rating has steadily gone up despite me not even trying to improve, which is crazy. But it shows you that teaching chess is a great way to learn. When you have to teach a concept, it forces you to understand it fully, not just a surface level understanding. So if you know a lower rated player or friend that you can teach, it's going to benefit both of you. A tier. So that's the ultimate chess improvement tier list. And don't forget, if you want to improve fast and skyrocket your rating, my program gives you everything you need. So click the link in the description or go to school.com/chess to check it out. Thanks for watching and good luck.